Andrea Berta hasn't been in the job for long at Arsenal, and I appreciate that. I really and truly appreciate that. But I think he's making a big fumble here when it comes to Arsenal's first two signings, and I'm about to get into it. I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn on notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. Road to 1,000 subscribers is on. We're so close. Hit that subscribe button. Roll to 100,000 afterwards. If you've got 10 friends, send it to 10 friends. If you've got 5 friends, send it to 5. If you just got the one, and your dog, and your cat, send it to them as well to get them subscribed to a new show here on YouTube. Let's go and watch the whole show. Please watch the whole show and get commenting as well. So Andrea Berta is coming. Arsenal's new sporting director is coming to make Mikel Arteta better. That's how I look at it. He is not just a striker to Arsenal to score goals. He's a striker to get Arsenal over the line for top players. But I'm scared that he's going to make a big fumble when it comes to not just a striker, not just an attacking midfielder on the left, and also a central midfielder. Because the links up between, let's get to it first, Zubimendi is just going wild. It really and truly is. I've already reported how Zubimendi's deal is on hold up until July because Real Sociedad wants to do some stupid accounting thing. I'm like, bun that, get your ass into gear. Either get it announced that we're going to sign Zubimendi, it's going to be announced in July, and put these damn rumours to bed. Again, fumble. To me, that's a fumble. To you, it's not a fumble, or to you, it is a bloody major fumble. Zubimendi, now, what I'm about to show you on this ESPN FC ranking, doesn't even have him in the top 10 midfielders. But one of our midfielders made it as number 2, and I want to show it to you right now. So, Pedri is number 1 for Barcelona. ESPN FC somehow have ranked him as the number 1 midfielder in all of European football. Then you have, actually I shouldn't say European football, world football this is, okay? Because someone else has made it in there and I'm just like, what the hell when it comes to the wingers. Number 2, Declan Rice. Now, with the Declan Rice, I can look at that and say, okay, yeah, that's cool. But is he just getting fame now for the 2 free kicks that he scored against Real Madrid at the Emirates? And if that is the case, now you're taking a piss. Because Declan Rice is more than just a free kick taker. We didn't even know that he could actually do the free kicks like that. We know he could take corners. But my point is, it's like you do a couple of things here in football, and all of a sudden your stock just goes high. The fans just go high. Commentators high. Presenters high. You know, you do something, you do a little bit of skill, you do a couple of goals, and all of a sudden they start seeing you in a different light. And that's annoying me. But anyway, we keep going on. Let's go. Number 3, Valverde for Real Madrid. Good player. Alexis McAllister for Liverpool. Okay. Now, let the sweat stop and slow down here. Is McAllister there really a number 4 best midfielder in all the world football? Is he? Let me know in the comments if is he. But then again, let me know in your comments is Declan Rice number 2 as the best central midfielder, defensive midfielder in all of world football. Let's go. Number 5, Vitinha for PSG. Now he balled out, of course, in the semi-finals, in the finals. He's showing his worth, and he was at Wolves. And we all slept on him. And he went to PSG. Let that sink in. Number 6, Barella for Inter. Did nothing special in the final. Joshua Kimmich. Number 7, Guimaraes, Newcastle, 8. Gravenberch, number 9, and João Neves, number 10. Now, out of all those midfielders there, who could Arsenal go in there and actually snatch up to make Arsenal better than a Zubimendi? But this is the thing. If Zubimendi had an outstanding, cup run or something, and he scored 2 free kicks or done 2 beautiful passes, then all of a sudden, would his name get shined in the light? Because when you look at Gravenberch there, he really and truly was not. He is not, I'm sorry, a number 9, the 9th best midfielder, central midfielder in the world. I'm sorry, he's not. But because Liverpool had, a fantastic season winning the Premier League, all of a sudden the fanfare is there. But again, why do you say that Andrea Berta's fumble? Where does it come into this selection here? The fumble is, I think Zubimendi is going to be a good player for Arsenal. The fumble is you just haven't got it over the line yet. Properly. You haven't announced it, and you need to announce it, because while he's still making these little damn flirtatious marks there with Real Madrid, I love Xabi Alonso. He's my idol. Oh my God, when he was my manager for the B team, I just cleaned my pants. He didn't say that last part, but you get my point. Andrea Berta, don't fumble this one here right now, because I'm going to get onto the wingers, and because we know that Arsenal need a potent left winger and one for the right-hand side as well. Martinelli and Trossard are good, but they're not going to be the ones that's going to get us over the line. They've gotten us to the line, but not over the line. And that's what we need now in players, is to get us over the line. We need a sporting director. We're at the line. You need to get us over the line. Wingers. So, let me try and calm down. Nah, I ain't calming down. So, check this list out, right? Because this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. There's someone on here that shouldn't be that does not need to be on here whatsoever. But out of this list that you're going to see, what wingers could come in on the left-hand side and potentially the right-hand side at the same time and help Arsenal get over the line, okay? Here's the list. So Mo Salah, number one. Yeah, there's no arguments there. He is one of the best wingers there. Number two, Lamine Yamal. Now, again, a 17-year-old as number 2 in the world of football. He's a great, great prospect. And the reason why I'm going to say the word prospect, because I'm going to lead it on to a striker in a moment. You're about to say, I know who you're going to say. But hear me out. When I say prospect, Lamine Yamal is a prospect still at 17. Okay? He's had a good year, just gone. He's showing glimpse of what he can do. And he is holding himself up in high regard. But let's see him do that for the next 3 to 4 years. Then we're going to have a real good conversation about Lamine Yamal. Moving on, Rafinha. Now, if Arsenal got Rafinha on the left-hand side, I'm telling you this right now, over Rodrigo, Arsenal will ball out. Day in, day out, lights in, lights out. Rafinha is box office. He's box office. He's got pace. He's got quality. He's got the touch. He's got the cross. He's got the finish. He has all that and more. But we can't get him. He's just signed a new contract at Barcelona. It's done. Okay, so let me move on. Vinicius Jr. Now, I don't rate him at all whatsoever. Ousmane Dembele for PSG. When he was at Barcelona, he got criticised hell on earth. He did. His opening ceremony at Barcelona, he couldn't even do a couple of kick-ups, let alone trying to do the rainbow flick, and that hit his backside, and it's not even that big. I wouldn't check it out like that, okay? Calm down. But my point is, Ousmane Dembele has proven under a great manager of Luis Enrique, and when I say a great manager, you're going to be saying, oh, time, we don't have that. We got Mikel Arteta. So what do you expect? But my point is, there are players out there that are undervalued, and you can get them into a good system. If Andrea Berta can get them and build us a good system, I'm telling you this now, we would do damage. He's fumbling right now, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, and it's early days. I know that, so please calm down. But let's move on. Then you got Saka at number 6. Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay, this one here. Kvaratskhelia was at Napoli, went to PSG. People say market opportunity. There was no market opportunity because PSG had this wrapped up from the start of the season. From the start of last season, they've had this one wrapped up. It was just a moment of time. Could they get it done and get it over the line? But if there was a glimmer of hope, and Arsenal knew there was a glimmer of hope, now let's say this part, that's where they fucked up big time. Because if you could have got him for 60 million or 65 million with the wages, you telling him, you come to us and you can be Premier League champions and you can help us on the left-hand side and you will start, bang. But I've got this other thing in my head here. I'm just making an excuse here for Arsenal. I reckon Arsenal did have a chance to get him. I actually do think Arsenal had a chance to get him. They just wouldn't give him assurances he would be the number 1 starter. He goes to PSG, he's going to be the number 1 starter. Shit, that's where I'm going to go. Wages would never be a problem at Arsenal. We know that. But the assurance from Mikel Arteta, no doubt, would have cast doubts upon him being a number 1 starter. I reckon he was offered a chance and he just turned it down. He just never made the airwaves. But that's my opinion. My opinions could be wrong, of course. No doubt, so could yours. But so far, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Arsenal had a chance to get him or not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we're going to keep on moving on. This is the one here. Number 8, Lionel Messi. What the... Of course, I'm swearing. What the hell is Lionel Messi doing here on this list. The guy's an OAP. He's had his time with Ronaldo. We moved on now. I'm sorry, he's not number 8. Number 9, Nico Williams, and number 10, Rodrigo. Between those two, Nico Williams is a show pony in my opinion. Again, another emerging talent, bit older than Lemmy Lamau, but he's just not consistent. He's just not. And Rodrigo at number 10, he gets overshadowed by Vinicius Jr. and Bellingham and Mbappe at Real Madrid. But believe it or not, Rodrigo's stats are not that much better than a Bukayo Saka. But we love Bukayo Saka on the right. If we could, which is going to be a tough ask now, if we could get a Rodrigo in on the left-hand side, would that be good? But what about this one? Bournemouth now has just been, again, on Twitter, X, that Semenyo is now available somehow. 50 million Bournemouth want for him. Now, you're saying, Ty, how the hell can we get over the line with a player like Semenyo? Listen to what I first said about the Declan Rice and the 2 free kicks. Semenyo had a great season last year. He is more, let's say, direct than a Martinelli. Martinelli has pace to burn, but he's like a road runner. His head is just down. And sometimes, there's no end product there. We saw against PSG at the Emirates, he had glorious chances, didn't take him. The last game against Southampton, he had a glorious one-on-one of Aaron Ramsdale, fumble style, should I call him, didn't take it. That's the problem with a Martinelli. With a Semenyo, I think if Arsenal go for him, and again, I said I'm thinking if they go for him, that is just a new dynamic to Arsenal's team. It's going to be cheaper, but you get him at a good price. And no doubt they're asking for 50 million. You may be able to negotiate that down to at least a 40 to a 45. At that price, it's a steal. That's someone you go and get, someone that's proven in the Premier League. You look at Eminem Bueno, who's going to Manchester United because they have open talks now, direct club-to-club contact, and that 250,000 a week, it's just fake news. It really and truly is. He will go there, and that there is, again, a talent that is just not appreciated that much. But when he goes to Manchester United and he's going to don that shirt, trust me, people are going to be saying, my God, and Breno's so good, why didn't Arsenal go and get him? Arsenal were admirers, but they just didn't do it because they got Saka there. And they know that then Breno's going to be saying, I want to start. But he's not going to start over Saka. And not many people are going to be starting over Saka. So, out of all those lists, people will be saying Rodrigo's the one first, then maybe an Anthony Gordon, and then you then look at Semenyo. And I get that. But Semenyo, that's one maybe Arsenal should look at because that can make a difference. No different like an Eze. Right? Eze is not even in the top 10 of attacking midfielders in the world. He's not. I've seen the list. He's not. But again, an undervalued player. They're all out there at clubs that are not the same tier as an Arsenal. Andrea Berta, don't fumble this one. Go out and get these undervalued players and get them into Arsenal to make them better. These teams that are not so good, they've got star quality players. And some fans are just thinking, no, I want the star names. You don't want the star names. Believe me, you don't want the hype star name players. You want the underprivileged ones who will come and do a job and make a difference. And that's what Arsenal need on the left-hand side. The same as it's going to be for the midfielders. Zubimendi is not a household name, but undervalued, and for the price that you can get him for could make a difference. The difference is, do we have the coach to make the difference for this team to get over the line at last? We're at the line. Can we get over the line? Move on to the striker. This is the one. This is my biggest concern now for Andrea Berta. And I guess it's going to be a big concern for all Arsenal fans. Can we get the right striker in? We know we're linked to Šeško. We're linked to Gyökeres. We are. Then there's a rumour, not even a rumour, there was a video going out there online with Dan Potter's channel, who I don't know. He had his guest on there. He was just sharing the story about his friend met Andrea Berta. They was talking about Šeško, and Andrea Berta went, nah. Then he said Gyökeres, and he done a pound fist. Now, let's just take that with a pinch of salt. Andrea Berta is not going to come out directly to a fan and say, yeah, that's who we've got. Even though he said the word, yeah, it's done. My concern is Andrea Berta maybe is just saying that just to appease the fan, but saying no to Šeško, but really and truly it's going to be Šeško. That's who Mikel Arteta wants. But Andrea Berta, you've been brought in to not fucking fumble this one over the line. I've been going back and forth in my head as to which one is a better player for Arsenal. 1 minute I'm Gyökeres, 1 minute I'm Šeško. And the reason why I'm in a dilemma, no doubt that the club's in a dilemma, even though, again, reports have come out and said they are certain of what they want, they're just keeping their cards close to their chest. Pretty much what like a Liverpool does. They're keeping their cards close to their chest, and then they will release it when that first bid goes in. Then we know who they're really truly going for. But when I think about it, Šeško has the talent. Again, like let me let him out. What you see on the compilations is just raw talent. It's just skillful. He has presence. He's 6'5". He has it all in his locker. You can get him, mold him, then my gosh, it could be special. Then you got Victor Gyökeres. The guy is just a machine. He's more than a Terminator. He's more than a cyborg. He's more than an alien. He's not even from this dimension at all whatsoever. The figures that he puts up is just frightening. It's scary. And to what he can do is just banging goals for Arsenal, and that's what Arsenal need. But Šeško is maybe what Arsenal need in a couple of years. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, and don't be shocked on this and think that Arsenal can't do this. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal actually went out and bought both strikers, Šeško and Gyökeres, and then still had a different role for Kai Havertz this year. Thomas Partey, may I add very quickly to this one, hasn't been released from Arsenal. They are into the long-term negotiations now for a good contract on him. And when I say a long-term, it's going to be his final contract of a footballing at a top level. I think they're going to offer him a 2-year contract. Not a 1 year and a 1 year option. It'll be 2 years with a 1 year option on it. I've got this feeling that's what it's going to be. It's going to be announced next week that they have managed to retain the services of a Thomas Partey of a 2 year plus 1 contract. A little bit of a pay rise, just a little bit, nothing major, maybe just a little bit. But Andrea Berta, back to you, fumbling this transfer window. Don't mess up the strike department, because that's the biggest thing. And one thing that can maybe appease all fans is that you just go after both players. You get rid of Jesus next season when he comes back, and that's it sounds horrid and harsh, but it's just the truth. Jesus is broken glass. He needs to go. But you bring in a Šeško and a Gyökeres, and I think that can definitely be done. Because if Šeško's going to come in, but he wasn't going to be first choice, then what's wrong with bringing in a Gyökeres at the same time and have Šeško there? And that is a fucking great rotation, in my opinion. Because as Gyökeres gets older and older and older, he's only turned 27 today. But then you still have Šeško there to take the mantle later on. Anyway, that's my thoughts. What's your thoughts? Comments below. I hope you're still watching up until this point. It's been great with you guys. You're subscribing more and more. Please keep on sharing. I'm Ty Knight for TK24 Sports.